We are almost at the end of the year, and once again we got so many epic releases from so many artists. We had some highly anticipated releases by a lot of artists, however some others might have slipped through and fell on the radar. So we want to showcase some underrated 2024 releases and give them some more exposure. Now, for the purpose of this video, we define a track as underrated if it has less than 100,000 total plays or lower on Spotify. We know that this might not be the most accurate metric, but it's the best we could come up with. So with that out of the way, let's start with the actual video. Our first entry on the list, and one of the reasons why we created this format, is Universe by Murdoch. It was released on the 25th of July 2024 on Gearbox Revolutions, and as of writing the script it only has about 25,000 plays on Spotify. The song starts off with two different very hard-hitting gated kicks. This is already a great start. Then we get an absolutely amazing melody in the mid-intro which builds up to the second drop. The second drop starts off with some similar kicks, but this time at the end of the drop we get a third kick. After that we get a melodic climax drop that combine heavy kicks with that beautiful melody which wrap up the song perfectly. Overall, this is one of my favorite tracks of the year, dare I say a top 10 contender for 2024. What I Wanted by Trusta is the most hidden gem on this list. It's so underrated that Spotify doesn't even display a total play count. This is a raw style song that stands out with its very atmospheric sound design. It sounds really unique and stands out from the usual raw style formula. The production quality of this track is better than some of the bigger, more well-known artists. The first drop starts out good, but then it goes over into another build-up and pulls off a drop within a drop with hard raw kicks. The track then slows down and a slow atmospheric section follows before going into the mid-intro that builds up into another drop. This second drop once again has a drop within a drop. When the second drop hits this time around, instead of raw kicks, we get hit with the climax drop which rounds off the song perfectly. Out of all the songs we mentioned in this video, this is the one that deserves the most recognition. The next song might be one of the best anthem tracks of the year. World of Asia by Bright Visions and Rogue Zero is an anthem that was made for Infinity Festivals. The track starts off with a drop with some good kicks that get you going. Especially the second kick in there is very fun. The mid-intro and the build-up follow that lead into an epic melodic drop that continues the awesome melody. Then the track goes into another build-up which is followed by a third and final drop that gives us some hard kicks just like the first drop. When I first heard this song late at night via an Instagram post, I was absolutely blown away. I never saved a song so fast into my playlists. The next track was a very late addition to this list. The script was already finished when this released, but I just had to add Breakthrough by MGU last minute. This is a very solid track and it already sounds very polished, and that makes sense. MJU already has an impressive backlog of SoundCloud releases, but oddly enough, this is his first Spotify release. The track starts off with some very good vocals followed by a great melody. This is then followed by the build-up. After that, the first drop follows with two very good hollow gated kicks and a third higher pitched kick. Then a second vocal part follows, directly followed by the second build-up. After that, the second drop follows, and this one is quite different. First we have some slowed down French core kicks very reminiscent of Thyron. A bridge then follows which transitions nicely into the second half of the drop, which once again deliver us with nice hollow gated kicks. After another transition, the song ends with a melodic climax. This is yet another track that doesn't display a total play count on Spotify, so we thought it definitely deserved a spot on this list. For the final spot in this video, we have Nothing to Lose by Nexor, and we have to shout out Mr. Miyagi for introducing us to this artist in one of his weekly new releases reaction videos. So if you see this, shout out to you and thanks. Now, in case you have not heard this song before, we want to ask you something. Did you ever ask yourself how the metal pipe falling sound effect sounded as a hardstyle kick? No? just me? Well, this song answers that question. Nothing to Lose by Nexor stands out due to his steel kicks that sound very close to that exact sound effect. This track has 2 drops that showcase these kicks perfectly, and especially that second drop is just insane. We cannot wait to hear more songs from Nexor because this track alone shows massive potential. Anyways, this was it for the first episode of Hardstyle Spotlight. This is a new series we want to do on this channel every once in a while. Now, for the first 2 episodes, we wanted to showcase some songs that we have on our mind as being underrated. In the next few episodes, however, we would also like to showcase some tracks that were requested by you. So if you have any suggestions, make sure to leave a comment down below. Finally, we highly recommend you to go listen to every song we mentioned in this video. We made a playlist on Spotify where you can find all the songs we mentioned in this series. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, click on screen now to watch a similar video that we made about underrated artists.